NASA and SpaceX are both involved in space exploration, but they have different mission objectives and goals. Here are some of the main differences. 1. Ownership and funding. NASA is a government agency that receives funding from the US government, while SpaceX is a private company that is funded by private investors and revenue from its commercial spaceflight services. 2. Focus on human spaceflight. NASA has a long history of human spaceflight, including the Apollo moon landing program and the Space Shuttle program. NASA's current mission objective is to explore the solar system with human and robotic explorers. SpaceX, on the other hand, focuses on developing the technology needed to make human spaceflight more affordable and accessible. 3. Innovation and technology. SpaceX is known for its innovative approach to space exploration, including its reusable rockets and spacecraft. The company aims to reduce the cost of space travel and make it more accessible to the general public. NASA also values innovation and technology, but its focus is more on scientific research and discovery. 4. International collaboration. NASA collaborates with other space agencies around the world, including the European Space Agency, the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, and the Canadian Space Agency. SpaceX, on the other hand, has not yet developed formal partnerships with other space agencies, although it has worked with international partners on some projects. 5. Long-term goals. NASA's long-term goal is to establish a sustainable human presence on Mars, while SpaceX's long-term goal is to colonize Mars and make it a viable second home for humans. While both organizations have similar goals of exploring and understanding the universe, they have different approaches and timelines for achieving these goals. SpaceX, with its focus on reusable rockets, commercial spaceflight services, and innovative technology, has disrupted the traditional aerospace industry in several ways. Here are some of the ways SpaceX has impacted NASA's role in space exploration. 1. Reducing the cost of spaceflight. One of the biggest ways SpaceX has disrupted the aerospace industry is by significantly reducing the cost of spaceflight. By developing reusable rockets and spacecraft, SpaceX has been able to reduce the cost of launching payloads and people into space. This has made space exploration and research more affordable and accessible, which could lead to new discoveries and scientific breakthroughs. 2. Fostering competition. With its success in commercial spaceflight, SpaceX has created a new era of competition in the aerospace industry. Other companies are now developing their own rockets and spacecraft, which could lead to even more innovation and lower costs. 3. Opening up new markets. SpaceX's focus on commercial spaceflight has opened up new markets for space exploration, such as space tourism and satellite launches. This has created new opportunities for businesses and entrepreneurs to get involved in the space industry. 4. Partnering with NASA. While SpaceX has disrupted the aerospace industry, it has also formed a strong partnership with NASA. SpaceX has been contracted by NASA to provide transportation services to the International Space Station and has successfully completed several missions to the ISS. This partnership has allowed NASA to focus more on scientific research and exploration, while SpaceX handles transportation services. 5. Shifting NASA's focus. With SpaceX and other private companies taking on more responsibilities in space exploration, NASA has been able to shift its focus to long-term goals such as exploring Mars and developing new technologies. This has allowed NASA to take a more strategic approach to space exploration while still maintaining its leadership role in the industry. NASA and SpaceX both have ambitious plans for the future of space exploration, which have significant implications for the future of space travel and technology. Here are some of their plans and the potential implications. NASA. 1. Artemis Program. NASA's Artemis program aims to send astronauts back to the moon by 2024 and establish a sustainable human presence on the lunar surface by the end of the decade. This program will involve launching the Space Launch System rocket and Orion spacecraft, as well as developing new technologies for lunar exploration. 2. Mars exploration. NASA is also planning to send humans to Mars in the 2030s with the goal of establishing a sustainable human presence on the red planet. This will require significant technological advancements, including the development of new propulsion systems and life support systems. 3. Scientific research. NASA will continue to conduct scientific research in space with a focus on understanding the origins of the universe, searching for life beyond Earth, and studying the effects of long-term spaceflight on the human body. Implications. NASA's ambitious plans for space exploration will require significant investment in research and development and will push the boundaries of current technology. If successful, the Artemis program and Mars exploration could open up new opportunities for human exploration and settlement in space, as well as drive advances in science and technology. SpaceX. 1. Starship program. SpaceX's Starship program aims to develop a fully reusable spacecraft capable of carrying up to 100 passengers to Mars and other destinations in the solar system. This program involves the development of new propulsion systems, life support systems, and landing technologies. 2. Starlink satellite constellation. SpaceX's Starlink satellite constellation aims to provide high-speed internet access to remote and underserved areas of the world. This program involves launching thousands of small satellites into low Earth orbit. Implications. SpaceX's plans for space exploration and technology have the potential to significantly disrupt the aerospace industry and drive advances in space travel and telecommunications. The Starship program could make human settlement on Mars a reality, while the Starlink satellite constellation could revolutionize the way we access the internet and communicate with each other. Overall, the future plans of NASA and SpaceX represent an exciting and transformative period in the history of space exploration and technology. The success of these plans will depend on the ability of these organizations to overcome technical, financial, and operational challenges, but the potential rewards are enormous, with the potential to open up new frontiers in science, technology, and human exploration.